Okay, there we go. So for the tendons, we can go now. Right, perfect. So I was saying, obviously, was good to have our setup up here in the PLCs that you can see clearly on this golden pocket up here between 786 and 886. Actually, we had the first short here with TP1, stop at break even. It's where we shorted again Ethereum, but actually was a perfect idea to short again Bitcoin with the SFP pattern, taking out the liquidity up here and then boom, straight down. Okay, so we had already two short open with the second entry on Ethereum and the first one we had on XRP that we scalped and maybe we swinged, I can say, on XRP. So I stay flat on the Bitcoin short, but actually was good here on this level here, obviously. Okay. So at the moment we longed again. We took out. We took some great liquidity. We bounced it on this level here. Actually, I wanted to enter like in an area like here, but actually it wasn't in front of the charts to take this eye here. Actually, if we go with a gold Fibonacci was, yeah, maybe was at the 75 level. Yeah, almost. If maybe we can consider this one almost a 75 level. And yeah, obviously was, if we, yeah, I can say maybe, no, this one here was good. Yeah. Okay, so now we are on a long, we add on the lower time frame this kind of little deviation below. So now if we start to retest this area here, that it's where Ruffian set some limits, we can then bounce again, in my opinion. So as of now we have this liquidity grab, and maybe we can have something like this. Okay, at least taking out these eyes here. For now, let's see. If it stay above this green box, it's okay. If it start to lose it, it's a bad one. But we stop loss down here after 6.5 hour trade with XRP, worth a try in my opinion to try along on this one. Okay, then let's make a back step back on USDT dominance, where we have this situation here now. Let me delete some indicators now. Here, perfectly resistance, support, resistance here. So now we have this lower time frame resistance where we are now. So if we keep this as a deviation, maybe we can have something like this as we are having. Something like this as we're having. If we start to lose this level again, it's a good one for our long on Bitcoin. Okay. And another thing, if we have this kind of scenario, obviously we also need to break down of this trend line like this, boom, down, taking out those here. Our long would be good. Okay, so you don't have any question, we can go on. Let's take a look at the total at the moment. Yeah, total. Yeah, no, total. Okay. So total now similar to Bitcoin. We can clearly see we have this box here. First support, down resistance on this spike here, like this. Support, we lose. Again here demand, support, we deviated below. Here, if it holds now, actually, and maybe can also on this lower time frame trend line flip it in something like this, would be good. Obviously, if we go on lower time frame, we can clearly see. And when, what the fuck? Can I copy? Oh my god, what is this? Wait, give me a sec, let me see if I can cook something for you. Okay, let's take this. Let me just, what is the volume here? It's the same one. I don't know why it's black, this one. Okay, so this is the total now. I'm gonna make it on a face down, like this one. I inverted. As you can see, it's almost, this should be 15 minutes as it is now here. Okay, perfect. So you can clearly see here we have the same structure. Look at the vertical line here on the left, here on the right. Same move, same correlation like we have here. You can clearly see the two drawings. So now, if we have this situation here on the total, where we pump up, it's the same scenario where our USDT breaks this trend line and goes to the downside. Okay, and you can clearly see with the total inverted, it's the same kind of chart. I don't know if you ever seen this correlation. Again, here with this kind of deviation below the box, reclaim. Now we retested it. Let's see if it can pump it. Okay. Is it all clear, fam? Let me know if you have any question. Let me see. Wouldn't take too much if let me check settings. Template, light. Fuck off, and great. And this one too should be. Okay, there we go. No, it's good. Okay. So yeah, this is the situation now. So if we go with Bitcoin, we check the same thing here. Let me just hide all the indicators we have here. Again, you can clearly see there is a correlation between total and Bitcoin, where we have the deviation as we have here. We have this trend line, more or less. Okay, maybe it's better this one here. If we hold the level, it's a good one to pump. Okay. Here, perfectly aligned. All clear, fam? Meanwhile, let's go back on our single chart. at, again, we already had this box from the previous stream we had last week. Okay, so now the 0.5 level of the Fibonacci, very important for the range we are trading now. We had again here this little deviation below where we found a support. I think this is perfectly the 75 level. Yeah, exactly, 75 level. You can like train your high during, yeah, with your experience, and you can clearly see that it's perfectly aligned with the 75 level without even looking at the Fibonacci. So now again here, if we hold this level here, very important one, we can clearly have a little relief for Ethereum. At the same time, obviously, we have this level here, 0.382, where we had a lot of struggle breaking it with the price action. You can clearly see the resistance we have around this level here. Very important level in my opinion, this one. If we also flip this level here, it's good to go at least to take out this eye here on the 2.4k more or less. Okay, at this point here we can also try then to check for swing failure pattern, to short it. Okay, you can clearly see resistance here. If we have this kind of movement with a spike, then retest, you can play the retest or even aggressive one with an absorption up here. Okay, where we will have our candle, okay, with lot of buying, with lot of green side here on the left side. Okay, let me place it better. Sorry, wrong candle. So with a lot of buying pressure, not so much selling pressure, but at the same time, the strength of the buyers here on the left side will not be able to keep the price above. At the point we have an absorption and we can like play in the retest, or even as I told you, the most aggressive one with the absorption on the live candle, looking at the volume footprint. Okay, if you have any question, just type it in the comment. Let me delete. I wanted the box, this one here. Okay, perfect. So Sol not interesting so much, my opinion. It's struggling so much, as you can see on this level here. I wouldn't be surprised if at least we can revisit this level here around the 61 area. Okay, look at the levels we are playing now. Okay, so actually if he starts to lose for real this level here around 79, it's gonna be a bad one for Solana. Look at the macro. If it loses it, I think Solana can at least reach this level here. Then we have this level here. Then we have this level here. These are the main levels on Solana. Not so confident with this one at the 50, but it's around the numbers, so could be act as a great one. But yeah, if it starts to lose this area here, it's not a good one. And actually, This $30 isn't that bad at the end. Yeah, I don't find any support actually. Let me try with, because I'm playing with big areas, so let's do it this way. There we go. So we have the Fibonacci with log. So yeah, obviously it's in line with this great demand where we had this deviation down here, a retest of the level, and then up. But yeah, Solana is not looking good in my opinion. It's not looking good. XRP, the great short of the week. Okay, so here on XRP, what do we had? The same thing I was talking about for a possible SFP on Ethereum, and the thing we could have played with the Bitcoin if it was in front of the chart. So with a sweep of the liquidity up here, sweeping out this high here, okay, just a tick above it, pook, down, boom, retest, down, straight down here, boom, TP. With partial, it's a plus 5R trade, great one. It's always good to play shorts, always good. At the moment, all the pumps are only news driven. As you can see, we absorbed every single pump we had. I'm still not looking for swing long at the moment. We tried with Injo with bad results. So now the thing is that we have to wait again, I think 1 maybe or 2 weeks for the situation in Iran. Again here, what do we had? If we look closely on this level here, with Fibonacci again, we have this high this low here, okay, that has been clearly swept by these candles here on the 75 levels. And if we go on a inverted chart, you can clearly see it's a similar pattern, okay, with the SFP, and then boom, down here. Then we try to retest it, and then again down, but at the same time would be like an up. The SFP works perfectly in my opinion. Then if you can integrate it with like liquidations, liquidation datas, okay, where you have like, in this case, a lot of long liquidation, you can like have a reversal to the opposite side where they grab the liquidity and then bump. Sure, FUD. So actually, Fibonacci. Let me go here where is some clear space. I have different Fibonacci. I have the POC strategy, the one learned from Pocket Wealth Group, where we have the POC indicator, where I look for reversal situation, in the golden pocket, where these are the POCs, okay, that in my chart are the one with dotted lines, where I want the price action to have a reversal, looking also at the RSI with divergence. For the long and for the short too, same situation. Higher high, lower high on the RSI. Okay, so then what do we have? I have Fibonacci with easy 75 level, this one here, the most important one, maybe you can call it like the gold level, where you can find like a reversal with a price action doing like this. Sorry, let me do it better. Okay, something like this up, where you can align the 75 level with an important level. So in the past, you can have something like this, and you can clearly see, let me delete this one so you can, boom. Okay, so you can clearly look at the 75 level here in this way. Okay, where it was a support here, resistance here, then it broke the structure of the price action. You place the Fibonacci once the price is like here, so we have a top, the price action is almost at this point. You go with the Fibonacci, you find out the 75 level, so you can try to place some limits here on this area. We stop loss down here and playing like this setup. Okay, and the same is for the short, where you have like a resistance that became support, then we lose the support, now it's a resistance, it's in line with the 75 level. It's a it's a very good, high probably reversal area where you can play short limit and go short. Last but not least, we have I use the Fibonacci to have clear ranges. I can use directly on Bitcoin here. Okay, where we have a macro range. Oh, okay, it's still reversed. That was like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so let me delete this from, where is the magnet? From this low here to this high here. Okay, let me look at this. I can go from this low here to this high here. Okay, so you don't have any of this price action. Okay, so you don't have that price action. Okay, you go with Fibonacci. Wait. Boom. Okay. So you are on this situation. Okay. You go with the Fibonacci from this low here to this high. You go with the 75 level. You can clearly see the price action going down here to stop run and reversal. Okay, so this is alive on Bitcoin, say 75 level. So then we have the 0. Wait, my bad. Range black, obviously. Okay, so where you have the bigger range, okay, you have the 1, 0, and 0.5. Okay, so range traders, how do they work? You can have a situation, obviously this is the bigger range we are playing now, but if you go in this way here, you can clearly see range low, range high here, 0.5 level, you can clearly see how well it's respected on the level here, template, super black. You can clearly see how it's well respected here, okay? Then what do we had? Two deviations set up here. Here also, I don't know if it, let me see, no, it didn't sweep. I wouldn't have played this short here because it didn't took out these are here. Okay, so I wouldn't have taken it, but I would rather took this one up here because we had the sweep above here. So now again we are on the support here. Now we are playing a different possible scenario on the long we took. At the same time here, if we start to consolidate above the range high here, we can like target higher levels, at least this year. Yeah, this year here. Okay, same for the lower range low sweep. Okay, where you have like this sweep here and then up, and you can have like the first TP at the 0.5 level of the range, that at that point it becomes the resistance. okay, it would become the resistance. Obviously, you would have in this way here because you go from the high to the low of the range. So the 1 and the 0 are inverted. The 0,5 level is this one here, and you would have this kind of situation. Yeah, yeah, you can clearly look at on YouTube here. You can go on Muro YouTube channel, not Ernely channel, and there is a Fibonacci lesson, I think. Maybe also spoke about Fibonacci also on Ernelite session. I don't know actually. And let me know, Fad, if I was clear or not. Obviously, if you understood everything, and if I can help you in another way. Obviously, this is interesting for everybody here. It's also interesting for me that I'm talking. It's always good to speak about the thing you know, to like repeat it there in your mind, okay? Like you were in the school where you repeat the things. And the best way to study when I was at school, it was like trying to explain the argument to the topic, sorry, to my classmate. Okay, so then it was easier then to go in front of the teacher and speak about the thing I studied. Okay, and to be honest, I was really good at school. I like studying, and I'm still studying too. To be honest, I like study things, read books. I'm not yet. I'm not anymore in the at the university. I'm too old now, but yeah, that's the situation. Okay, so what do we have here? Nothing interesting, to be honest. A lot of coins are like compressing hit in a low range and little movement. Obviously, we still don't have any kind of great liquidity to pump the chart for swing trading. Actually, here we could expect um, maybe on paper we could have something like a little deviation to the downside. We can play two things: the retest or this retest. One here, one here. If we have this situation, would be better in my opinion. We took out all the liquidity. I don't know if we can took out this high here with this low here with this kind of spike. Would be great, like massive. But yeah, we spoke about total USDT. We look for the Bonacci, Ethereum, Sol, XRP, ADA, Pepe, sorry, not ADA. Okay, so here we have the fucking BNB. We had stop loss like here. I can't believe it. We left like 8 hour trade. Oh my god. Or maybe even more like yeah, 10 hour trade. Yeah, for like few cents. Oh shit. Shit. Yeah, this one was good, to be honest. I've been stopped. This was fucking good. We left on the table 10 hour. Very unlucky in the last time, but what can we do? Anything. We can't do anything. We still have hype on this support. Actually, it's a great chart at the moment. It's looking strong. We have this box here that is really interesting. You can clearly see also from the past price action where it acted perfectly as a resistance and support. If we start to lose, then this area here, it's gonna be bad, in my opinion. The thing is that we need to look at this trend line here, more or less. This trend line here. Okay, so if we start to lose this trend line, we can maybe have a sort of wolfy pattern where we grab the liquidity down here, taking out the internal liquidity of the structure. Down here, boom, on the 75 area. if it struggled to take back the the trend line, so the trend, it's gonna be just a bear retest to like hit lower levels here. So looking at the chart now, I just noticed for FAD, it's called, yeah, FAD, that here we have a good example of what I was talking about Fibonacci plus the price action retest. Okay, so if you go from this low here to this high here, you can clearly see that we had the 0.75 level in line with this important area here, where we had a first reaction around here, retest above with the deviation, a retest here, then down. Then again here we gain back the structure, okay, boom, up. If we go on this situation, you can clearly see that we have this level here very important, and I can expect the price action to hit this level to go up. I know my stream are full of drawings, but I really hope they can help you. Fuck, I totally fucked up everything. Okay. Obviously, you can also take this lower one here, where you have this level here and this level here, but you can try the first one here for the structure we are having. Okay. And yeah, so now we just have to wait a bit. We have the situation clear now, not so clear now with Iran, so we need to wait for more updates from the Middle East, fam. So let me stop the